What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast. It's time for a little bit more Rimworld. So let's continue our little series here. I know it's been a couple days since I updated last. This series is going to be kind of slow-flowing. Don't worry about it too much, but it's one of those things where I'm going to squeeze it in where I can, and we're going to try and keep it going as long as possible. They do a fair bit of warning. They do, Tynan Sylvester, the developer of the game, does update the versions a lot, and we're already on an old version playing this save. And so anyways, it may end up becoming incompatible as time goes along with what we're trying to do. But for right now, the save still loads, so let's keep an eye on things to see how things go. As of right now, our stockpiles are looking very, very good. This village is actually going quite well. We are going to have to run a wall. I'll probably wall that off right there, and then have a wall go out to this little guard shack right here, and then have a wall go out to here. That'd be the easiest way to get this done. It's not a perfect solution, but it is a thing that we can accomplish. Now, we don't really want to do that with wood. If we do that with wood, it's going to cause us problems in the what's wrong with Ivy? Did she break? I don't recall what happened last. Oh, she has major food poisoning. Okay, that's fine. She ate something that was not good for her. We are rolling some smoke leaf joints, which is good. How many of these slate chunks do I have? I have 17 slate chunks. Okay. I'm looking for, are those slate chunks as well? Good. Okay. So at the stonecutter's table, we're going to make slate blocks forever. Once we have enough slate blocks to start our big Great Wall of China project over here, things will get simpler. I'll probably leave a gap right here in the wall on the road, and then I'll probably leave a gap right here as well, so that the enemy has a way to get in. We'll booby trap the hell out of everything, because that'll hold us probably until the mid-game. And then after a while, the raids are going to become too overwhelming for that to actually function the way we want it to. Let's pray that today we don't end up with any really crappy events like nuclear fallout or anything like that. That would definitely be a shame, and I wouldn't be okay with it. Oh, we tamed a lynx. Nice. Okay, let's release train that lynx too. We have multiple lynxes. Oh, nice. Okay. Super Atari up in here. I had an Atari Lynx. A lot of people think that iPhones and, smartphones were the first thing to do the thing where you could swap the screen. But actually, the Atari Lynx back in the day, it was a handheld gaming system like the Game Gear or like the Game Boy. And it had a button on it. So basically, it had a directional pad on both sides, on alternating sides, and then it had buttons on both sides on alternating sides. And you could push a button and it would flip the screen, and so you could rotate it and flip the screen and play it however you wanted to. It was one of those weird consoles that came out back in the olden days where developers were trying new things. I had Paperboy and I think Super Pac-Man, and I think I had Gauntlet on it. Gauntlet was by far the best game out of all of them, but Paperboy can be a lot of fun too. Major break risk on Loco. Loco, why do you have a major break risk? Disturbed sleep, your bonded animal died, you are in intense pain. Why are you in intense pain? Oh, he's got food poisoning too. Everybody got food poisoning. Yeah, that'd explain it. Everybody has food poisoning. That's not going to be fun to deal with. Not going to be fun at all. Half of our workforce right now is kind of out of it because it looks like they got food poisoning in rapid succession. Ah, well, what are you going to do? It should wear off pretty soon. At least you got to eat at a table. Doesn't that make you feel at least a little bit better? You ate at a table, though. Yay, eating at a table. And you've got recreation satisfied. He should feel better pretty soon. They should both start to recover from it, really shortly, I think. Food poisoning does suck, though. I've had food poisoning on 3 or 4 occasions in my life. One time I got it at Jamba Juice, and it was not a fun experience. It was not a fun experience. Would not recommend. That was probably the worst bout of food poisoning that I've ever had, was when I got it at Jamba Juice. So why is the power grid going down right now? I am confused. Oh, he changed the size of the watermill. Hold on, these were spaced properly before. Now they are not spaced properly. Why do we only have batteries on our power list? Do you have to do research now? Did something change? So batteries, air conditioning, tree sowing, passive coolers, auto cannon turrets, flat screen televisions, geothermal, solar panel, auto door, watermill generator. Yep, he nerfed it. Okay, that's fine. In between this and the last patch, it looks like we've had some nerfs. That's okay. It's not my favorite thing that's ever happened, but I think we can work around it. Let's go ahead and we'll start work on that's locked. I need electricity now. Okay. I guess you don't start with electricity anymore. Alright. That's a bit of a pain considering all of the infrastructure we've set up, but there are workarounds. And the temperature, we can do campfires and passive coolers if we need to. I think we already had a heat wave anyway, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. We can probably just go ahead and turn that off. I don't even think it matters at this point. Although that is going to affect our food supply a little bit. Let's go ahead and we are going to turn off the power on all of the coolers. That cooler right there can stay online because that's our freezer right there, and that's trying to make sure that we still have a decent food supply. Oh, good, a raid as well. Yay, goody. We've got just all kinds of problems. Oof, and that's a hell of a raid right there, too. He's got grenades? Wow. That's a pretty hardcore early game raid. We'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to get through our defenses, but... Are they just dithering over there? Okay, let people do what they're going to do. Let them dither. It's fine. The raid's not going to hit us for a minute. They should rush the bridge right here, I think. If they try to cross the water, that gives us a lot of time to shoot at them and cause problems anyways. Yeah, playing horseshoes while the world burns. That's a good idea. Let's definitely not do anything. They got a lot of guns and stuff, though, so if we can take these guys out, it'll actually effectively equip everybody else in our colony really, really well. In addition, if we can also capture some of these guys, that would be absolutely fantastical. I assume that you are working on electricity right now? Good. So they're beginning their assault. Oh, they're coming across the water. Okay, everybody over here then. Yep, put shots on them. If they're going to cross the water, we have to punish that. Or, you know, just let them cross the water and don't make any shots. That's fine. Go ahead and focus on this guy who's up close. There you go, perfect. Go ahead and focus on that guy now. What are you guys doing? Get out of the way of the grenade. So we've managed to kill them off. If you could kill that guy, that'd be great, actually. I would love... I don't really care about the grenades, but I do care about the guns and whatnot. We may have some mental breaks here simply based on the fact... Ivy, just get out of here. You're not being helpful. There we go. I want the shotgun. That's the only reason I persecuted that dude is because I wanted the shotgun. Everybody else get back to work. Go to a medical bed, and we will get back underway. Another raid successfully defended. So we've essentially really established right here that this south border is not going to be very sustainable. My hope was that in order to avoid crossing fast-moving water, they would go through here. Now, this does give us a very nice buffer for defending ourselves because the enemy can only move slowly through zero cover in order to get to our side of the river. But it does mean that we're going to have to remain vigilant. We've got a food binge. That's okay. A food binge is all right. Of all the things that could have gone wrong, I accept the food binge. What kind of bow is that? A normal great bow? We didn't do the tribal start, did we? We didn't do the tribal start. It said we're an industrial, so I don't think we did the tribal start. We've got a bolt-action rifle right there. Ivy, go ahead and grab... Oh, yeah, she's incapable of violence. That's right. Yeah. We got issues. We got issues. I was hoping we could capture somebody right there, too. It wasn't like a massive hope because sometimes it just doesn't happen. It's largely based on luck and whether or not your people headshot people or like kill them outright during combat. Was hoping we could capture somebody and get a fifth colonist, but we'll keep an eye out for it. Maybe we'll be able to do something later on. Trev should have catharsis now, so his mood should be good for the next couple of days without too many problems. Ivy, why are you working at night? I don't really care. Do whatever you'd like. We really need this electricity research to get done. We need it quite badly. They have locked a lot of things behind research nowadays. There's a lot of stuff you used to start with that you're used to starting with, and then when you don't start with it anymore, you're like, oh no. An aurora. Oh good, that'll give a passive move. So a beautiful aurora is lighting up the sky. The undulating colors will boost the mood of anybody outside to see them and make the night brighter. Sorry, I've played a lot of Rimworld, so I have a tendency just to skip all this text because I know what all the events do and whatnot. And so I'll try to slow down and actually show off the events as we go through. Do we have anybody actively on crafting? One of our researchers is on it. Our doctor is on it. I was hoping that the bricks would get made a little bit sooner. I would really... Our best bet is to disassemble this guy right here, too, so that this recovers. It looks like they made the operating zone a little bit larger for the water mills. Let's actually find out. Yeah. So how big is the... I can't actually tell until I get the blueprint. So we'll finish the watermill generator. That right there should fix most of our problems for right now. We should start to store up some battery power, too. I could always make a few more wood fuel generators. Oh, no, you don't have those anymore either. We just have batteries. Well, what we've got is what we've got, then. We'll work with it. We will work with... What happened to you? You got bit by a turtle? That sounds like one of those bullshit excuses you use to get out of homework. You'd be like, yo, Mrs. Daisy, I can't turn in my homework today because I got bit by a turtle. Miss Ehrenbacher, I wasn't able to do the English project because I got bit by a turtle. And your teacher just be looking at you just like, are you for real right now? And you'd be like, it's true, though. I got bit by a turtle, girl. I got bit by a turtle. Them turtles out there murking, out there causing problems, riding deep. Well, we're storing a little bit of power. Luckily, all of our power solutions right now are not beholden to the sun or anything like that, so it should be okay. He is tamed almost, so that's good. We've almost got electricity done, but it's creeping along. It ain't going real fast. We got a crazy alpaca over there. Where is Senor Crazy Alpaca? There you go. Problem solved. Fix that up nice and rapidly. I've been watching all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies lately. I'm figuring with this series we're going to run out of things to talk about, so I'm just going to talk about anything. I've been going back through M. Night Shyamalan's films, and I've come to the conclusion that people are overly cruel to M. Night Shyamalan, I think. I think people are overly critical of his films. As far as building atmosphere, I think that he's still one of the best directors when it comes to building atmosphere and suspense. It's just that normally his films are flawed by like one or two issues with the premise, and a lot of people seem to fixate on that. But going back through, so far I've watched Signs, I've watched The Village, I haven't watched Unbreakable yet, I watched The Sixth Sense, I can't watch The Happening because that film is just terrible. Like, I could try to make excuses for The Happening, but it's just, you can't do anything with that film. That film was terrible. I watched Lady in the Water. Like, I'm going back through and I'm a cinephile in case you guys didn't know. I love movies. I don't know anything about directing or acting or anything else, but I love movies. I love watching movies. I think they're a lot of fun. Oh, good, our Lynx is pregnant. Nice. That's pretty cool. That'll be helpful. I would like for someone to make bricks from now on, please. If you could make bricks, I would very much... Oh. Apparently I'm not friends with people right now. Apparently everybody is rapidly growing in disdain for me. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. All I want to do is have friends, and the universe just won't let me have that. The universe just won't let me have it. Oh, yeah. They're making smoke leaf joints. Yeah. Let's go ahead and cut that off, because as of right now, the bricks are a much bigger concern. I would far rather have the bricks right now than a whole bunch of weed. Like, weed is cool and everything. Trev, what happened to you? Food poisoning again? Really? Why is there so much food poisoning happening? Like, everything is clean. There's no dirt in here except for by the door. I don't understand why everybody's getting so much food poisoning. Maybe it's because our table is outside? That seems plausible. That might be the issue. But I eat outside all the time during barbecues and stuff, and I never get food poisoning. Maybe it just took a while for his food poisoning to catch up with him. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. We got to get to the root source of all this food poisoning. I know that food poisoning caught a big-ass buff in the 1.0 edition. Like, food poisoning is a much more present issue than it was before. Oh, good. We're done with electricity. Yay. Let's get another watermill generator. We live on the edge of a river for a reason. So now that we've done power, what do we have? We have waterproof conduits. We have chem fuel generators. Okay, so we're essentially back where we were now that we finished the electricity research. Yep, you keep working on that right there, Trev. Go pick up your bang stick. I would actually rather... So pick up the bolt-action rifle. If we have anybody that has pistols, go get pump shotguns. There's a reason that pump shotguns are like the king of home defense. In this game, their range is a little bit sketchy. But for balancing reasons, I get it, I guess. I don't know. Shotguns can fire 100 yards and maintain their... And maintain their lethality. Like, I never understand why shotguns are so terrible in video games. Like, you always got to be 6 inches from the enemy for a shotgun to do any damage. And I'm like, yo, I got a 12 gauge, and that thing will punch holes in planks of wood from so far away. Like, all you got to use is like either a mad alpacas. Now it's a plural thing. There's a plurality of alpacas that want to murder us. We'll see how the traps do. Everybody outside, get ready for them. There you go. If nothing else, we have a food supply now, so that's good. We got lots and lots of alpaca meat. Incompetent cook was the reason for it. I was waiting to see what the reason was. So who's the incompetent cook? It's probably Trev. Let's take Trev off of cooking. Trev is no longer allowed to cook. Everybody in our colony has food poisoning. Like around the clock, and I can't have that anymore. It's too disruptive. Like, people aren't even able to get out of bed right now because they're always sick. So he's got initial food poisoning. Ivy's got no food poisoning. Frito's got no food poisoning. But we're having a lot of workforce loss right now. Simply based on the fact that we can't get away from food poisoning. Like, people aren't accomplishing a whole lot right now. And I need them to accomplish things. There you go. Work on your recreation real fast. Hopefully that keeps your mood high enough that you don't break. But we've had some rough events today. We've had some things go wrong. We've had some things go right. I'm hoping these alpacas down here will turn into fantastic meals. Mental break, corpse obsession. So Loco's going to dig up a dead body. And when he does that, he's going to put it on the dinner table. So what we need to do is we need to draft everybody. Keep them away from the dinner table. He's going to put that right there. Dead is forbidden? What? Oh. And then you just make him haul it back. That's it. It's really not that bad of a mental break. Compared to some of the mental breaks that you can get, it's really sincerely not that bad. So don't worry about it when you get mental breaks that have to do with corpse obsession. Take the guy who's got the corpse obsession, make sure he's going somewhere, draft everybody else, and take them away from wherever he's putting the corpse. And it's pretty much actually just a free way for him to break out of a bad mood if you play it like that. Like, it works out really, really well. It's not that bad of a situation. There you go. Go get that food out of there. Go get that food out of there. I believe in you. I believe in you. Is nobody cooking right now? Who is my cook? Is it Ivy? Ivy is my cook. Let's put research on second priority. Cooking on 1 priority. We'll go ahead and have her reset real fast. I think I put... Because we only had the 1 researcher. My guess for what I did right there is that I had somebody else trying to fill in as a cook, but I'm so tired of all the food poisoning, man. I can't do it. The food poisoning's got to go for right now. It's being way, way, way too disruptive. We got 1,000 corn right there and about 300 potatoes. Between the 1,000 corn and the 300 potatoes, it looks like we're going to have, it's September right now, so Winter Ivy has gotten food poisoning from another simple meal. Yeah, I should probably junk all these meals over here, but I don't know what to do right now, man. We just have chain food poisoning nonstop. It's a little, I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit too prevalent. It feels like it's a little bit too common. That's like, what, our 5th food poisoning of today? And it's always because of incompetent cook, even though she's got a 7 in cooking. I got to put him back on cooking. I can't really do anything about it. Like, he's going to have to level it for right now because that's my only cook and she's out cold, so we'll kind of take it slow for right now. People are going to be eating raw food today, though. They aren't going to be happy about it, that's for sure. They are definitely going to be a little bit grumpy pants about it. There's a bit more stone. Let's go ahead and cancel that real fast so that he can go do something else. Failed training. Okay, that's fine. As soon as we get release training done, I'll feel better. But we're probably going to have some mental breaks pretty soon. So, like, what is your cooking level looking like, man? Like, if I wanted your cooking level So he has a significant familiarity with cooking. Like, that's all well and dandy and everything. Yeah, the food poisoning values seem to be pretty high right now. It seems to happen pretty frequently, and I can't exactly tell why, because the areas are being kept clean. It might be because this is in a workspace, possibly, but I can't validate that. They've changed something around with the recent patch, and I don't know exactly what it is that they changed around. And so until I can take a look at the patch notes and figure out why so much food poisoning is happening, we're kind of just going to have to live with it for right now. And Trev's going to be okay. He's going to be all right. Don't worry about Trev. Trev's going to be good. There we go. And then Ivy's back up and running now, so we should be able to get something done with her too. It's just one of those things, man. Just one of those things. We are struggling. We are in the midst of it right now. Colony's not making tangible progress. Kind of just dithering. So with the structures, let's go with the slate wall. Gross. I can't do what I want to do right there. Fine. I'll do it like that. Feel better, game? You feel better now that you've taken this from me? Do you feel better, game? Do you? Do you? Do you get my joke because I am a horse and you are a horse and you are always running and I am a horse? Do you? Do you get it? Do you get it? That's probably one of my favorite bits from BoJack Horseman. Perfect example of an anti-joke. Not even really like an anti-joke, but the perfect example of a joke that basically overstays its welcome in the pursuit of a laugh. Like, sometimes a joke can overstay its welcome, and then it's like a fart. Nobody wants it anymore. You know, it's like, it's smelly. It's like a fart hanging in the room. But then other times, the longer the joke, like, persists and just keeps going, the absurdity of how anyone could keep telling that joke when it's already bombing, and they just keep muscling on through, and they keep going for it. Eventually, it becomes funny because of the dedication. Who's cooking dinners all in the kitchen, throwing some horseshoes, then she goes pee. Then she'll go inside her house and sleep because everybody knows it's Ivy. She needed her own theme song. Old music makes me happy. I listen to a lot of old classic music. I like music from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s a lot. I mean, I like music from the 80s and the 90s too. Basically, I just like music. I like music in general. She's at level 10. It's going to take her some time to get to the point where I need that other water wheel tech, though. If I could put in another water wheel over here, that'd be really, really good. I'm kind of curious why nobody is rearming our traps down here. Yeah, just rearm the traps just in case. If nothing else, they're keeping us safe from wildlife for right now. And that's a good thing. I will force you to do this by hand. I don't know what rearming traps counts as. Maybe hauling? I don't know what queue rearming traps is actually stored in. That's one of those things. I played a lot of Rimworld, but I ain't played that much Rimworld. This is largely just a fat excuse for them to level up a whole bunch of crafting. You got another food binge right there. Lots and lots of mental breaks happening. We're going to have to get to the bottom of this. So among the reasons why people are upset, they're sleeping in the cold, okay. It's not really that cold, dude. It's 69 degrees. That's not cold at all. Like, how does that count as sleeping in the cold? 69 degrees isn't cold in the slightest. Like, it's, you know, jacket territory. Like a light windbreaker territory, but it's not cold. It's not like cold. It's not like, you know, 10 degrees with 40-mile-an-hour winds cold. Interesting. Well, we'll have to figure it out. I don't think we have much of an option right there. We're going to have to muscle it through somehow. Keep building my great wall over here. This also will act as a fire break, in case you were wondering. A fire can't jump across stone walls. It used to be able to back in the really early alpha of the game. Stone could burn down, But nowadays, stone can't burn down, so this makes a nice little fire break, too. Just in case there's like a flash storm or anything out here that lights the world on fire, we can block it with this, and we'll still have access to some of the resources and trees and things that are inside while we wait for the rest of the world to regrow. Because it can take a really, really long time for the world to regrow. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Technically, I could break that down. Might be worth the effort. Might be. There's a bunch of slate walls out here, though, that I can deconstruct, too. Save us a little bit of crafting time. Anything that can be repurposed, I'm okay with. And there are actually a lot of buildings on this map, oddly enough. I didn't really notice until we started building, but there's a lot of constructions on this map. That right there is just free steel. All the free steel you could ever want. So I'll take that as well. Hopefully they'll bounce on out there. We are a little bit low on steel right now, are we not? We have like 400. This right here will give us like another 200 or 300. Because each floor tile, I think, is... What is that, a steel floor? Yeah, I think that's a fancy steel floor, so I'm pretty sure each floor is worth 5. 3. Loco has gotten food poisoning again. Man. Incompetent cook. She's level 7. I don't understand why she's getting incompetent cook. She's level 8. She's an employable professional cook. Huh. Food poisoning is definitely way too common in this build. Like, way, way, way too common. That's going to be something interesting to grapple with, because on any given day we have 2 people out with food poisoning. And I just don't know how to fix that. I mean, it's saying that it's an incompetent cook, but I'm kind of wondering if it's because it's inside of a work area with a bunch of other stuff, like you need to have a separate kitchen or something. I'm going to move it just in case. A cold snap. Ooh, that sucks. Harvest whatever you can real fast. Harvest what you can and do it right now. And then we are going to need campfires in each of the sleeping areas. Otherwise, we're going to get real chilly. It's going to get real chilly. So that cold snap's going to drop us down to hypothermic territory, which is where it starts to get a little ugly. What is everybody wearing right now? Button-down shirts. Okay. So let's get moving on something to help out with that cold. We're going to start out with parkas. Make 4 parkas. And hopefully somebody will get on that before too long. But hypothermia is going to be a very, very real issue. And in fact, a lot of the animals and things are going to die as a result of this event. It's going to suck. It's going to be less than satisfactory. Now that we've got the wall running out here, I'm actually going to cancel that so that they stop hyper-focusing on it. Because the AI tends to kind of doggedly pursue things from time to time. Cancel all the disassembly orders. I don't want people running around disassembling walls right now. I want people building campfires right this second. As many campfires as you can put up is the amount of campfires that I would appreciate, because we're going to get real chilly in the coming days. We're going to get real chilly. Reinstall the stool over there as well. I know it's not a good idea to have a stool sample next to our cooking area, but I'm going to do it anyways. That explains the food poisoning. My name is Splattercat. This is Rimworld 1.0. If you guys are enjoying it, leave a like on the video. It helps out more than you know. I'm going to try and keep this series running for as long as possible because I just like Rimworld. I find it to be a very relaxing game to play. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on by. Take care out there, and how you do, everybody?